Hey everybody, welcome to the AD2L Season 6. We've got some playoff action here. I'm your host, Wolf Dodo. We've got IV up against Timo's. First pick overall was the Lion, followed up by the Juggernaut. Just waiting for Timo's second pick. The Bands, Shadow Fiend and Queen of Pain for IV. Axe and Bristleback for Timo's. The Witch Doctor is the next pickup, and Earthshaker to counter him. IV grabbed themselves a lot of control and their two supports early off. Timo's, they take probably their safe laner and Witch Doctor to follow up with as well. So both teams grabbing some very strong standard supports right now, and Juggernaut's fallen off a little bit. If you're watching the other series I was doing earlier tonight, you would have seen a Juggernaut absolutely turn a game around. Excuse me. With some very impressive play and comeback victory for them. We've Enigma banned out. I don't know. It's interesting. Enigma and Radiant Jungle I think is better than Enigma and Dire, oddly. But we'll have to kind of wait and see.
5 seconds.
Slark's gonna get banned out as well.
Dire's ban.
IV, what are you guys thinking? They might. I would maybe ban out something. What's a good counter initiator? Something silencer? Yeah. Oh.
Radiant's ban.
Something to so they can really jump in and have a lot of follow up there. Excuse me. What?
10 seconds to go.
Okay, so with what Teemos they have right now, they've got their core and a support. They need their offlaner, another support, and their mid. I'm assuming they're gonna ban out the Storm Spirit.
Radiant's pick.
Maybe they might pick up a Puck here. It's one option. Wind Ranger's another one I think would actually be pretty strong right now as well. A lot of lockdown and some control, evasion, and dissociation damage and split push. Pretty bad. So it's the SF. Lots of mid heroes have been taken out of this one already. Puck, another hero. You might see Medusa can be running the mid lane. I don't like it that much, but it can be. I don't like it in. I think it's fine in Puck, but I don't like it in team play. I think it's a little risky. Ooh. Okay. So they go with the Meepo? Yeah? Yeah? Anyone want to see the Meepo? Go for the full snowball? I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see here. If they can pull that off, I would be incredibly impressed. That'd be really fun to watch.
10 seconds to
But
go.
we'll have to wait and see.
5 seconds.
10's gonna be the next pickup as well. Not a hero we've seen a whole lot of, and that means. Wait a second. Is that gonna be a core shaker? This might be a core shaker or a mid lane lion now. Which I don't know which I would be more worried about. I think mid lion can be okay. I also think core shaker can be. Excuse
10
me.
seconds to go.
If core shaker can snowball, you can snowball
5 seconds.
well. Like you can get off to a really strong start and get up a fast point dagger and continue just to kind of clown on people. Be very good, but at the same time, if he falls off, he doesn't really have a best catch-up mechanic. But it'll be very interesting to see one of these teams is going to go for what. I still think Teemos could pick up in the Meepo. They could run it in the mid lane if they wanted to, and still have the Juggernaut in the safe lane if they wanted to. Maybe run have the Witch Doctor kind of sit there. They're going to go for the Tide though.
Dire's pick.
So they pick up their offlaner and some more strong initiation. So I can kind of see the combo they're going for here. They can snowball into the Ravage, and there's not a lot that IV will be able to do about it. Disruptor might not be a bad choice here. Well, no. Disruptor would have been an okay hero, but they can't pick it. They don't have. They've already picked their supports and shown their hand that way. Either way, Ember Spirit's going to be the choice. So somebody who can zip away from the Tusk and kind of get away, control him a little bit, and dodge fights
10
with that, as
seconds
well
to
as
go.
can get away from the Juggernaut and the Witch Doctor things. We can always Remnant
5
out.
seconds.
Does have that defense to the magic damage there as well. We'll have the extra backup from the Chen, so maybe see some
Reserve time.
cheeky plays coming out with the Chen's Test of Faith and Ember Spirit's Remnants and things like that. So have to like Ember Spirit can Remnant in and try and do as much as he can, and then can just get sent home. I'll have to see if that's something on the plate. Centaur is going to be the final ban.
Dyer's
I'll be
pain.
getting rid of another offlaner. Bristleback, he's already gone. Timbersaw wouldn't be bad, I don't think, actually. Tuscan Tide, take a lot of damage. We're just kind of squishy, so Timbersaw can blow him up. Juggernaut's not that susceptible to him, but at the same
10
time, I
seconds to go.
can't get it all. I think Timbersaw wouldn't be that bad. Phoenix is
5
another one that we
seconds.
could see. Kind of, they really lack damage then. I think maybe Wind Ranger in the off lane.
Reserve time.
They don't have like a Drow or anything to really help her out though. She'd kind of be on her own, but I think a Wind Ranger could still do really well here. Do a lot of damage to the tusk. Cancel the shackles. Cancel that with shackles. Something like that. Pro Warlord's going to be the final ban, and it's interesting that he made it so all the way down to the 5th pick. I'm kind of surprised with that. Usually it's you see him in the band out, the bander picked in the first phase are completely ignored. What is their choice? Well, I still think
10
I think
seconds to
Puck would
go.
be actually really good here, though. A silence to control the Ember Spirit. I think that could be their mid laner.
5 seconds.
I mean, they might be thinking about Meepo still, but I think I think Puck would be the hero.
Reserve time.
Maybe Death Prophet. Somebody who builds an Orchid. Like, you could run Clinks in the mid lane. I think that'd be fine as well. That's probably where the Ember Spirit's going to be. Heavy physical damage is very good against him. As well as the Orchid that Clinks normally likes to build.
Clinks.
Okay, so they do go for it.
Dyer's pick.
Now, IV, their final pick. I have no idea. Probably an offlaner. Almost need... I still think Wind Ranger wouldn't be bad. What else?
10
Maybe a
seconds to
Puck for
go.
themselves. Silence very good up against the Tide. Juggernaut
5
Clinks
seconds.
as well. Looks very evasive, does some decent damage.
Reserve time.
And set Ember Spirit up for the Sleight of Fist. Maybe an Echo Slam follow-up as well. Offlane Puck. I don't think it'd be that bad. But they've got a minute and a bit to think about it. Whatever their choice might be. What are they thinking about? We'll have to, I'm sorry. Something in my throat. I mean, okay, so they go with the Timber. I mentioned that a long time ago, but I didn't know if they were going to go for it or not. Wasn't quite sure. So based off the draft alone, I think I prefer Emo's draft, just because I have no idea what they're going to be doing. As far as that Earthshaker Lion, like that's... Earthshaker Lion
Everybody
Chen,
gets
that's just
set.
so strange to me. We'll have to see how it goes though.
What's
Either
the
way,
full script?
the O's, we've got Cat Catachin, or Cat Ratchin, Cat Ratchin. I'm assuming on the Clinks. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Rocky is playing the Tusk. Pauline is going to be playing the Juggernaut. Go, I'm not even going to try the rest. Go is going to be playing the Witch Doctor. Ty is going to be handled by JDVS. JDivs from J-Dog. Poof is going to be played by the Chen. Or sorry, Chen is going to be played by Poof. Becco is going to be playing the Earthshaker. Caladric is going to be on the Ember Spirit. Faint is going to be on the Lion. And last but certainly not least, we're going to have Sloth playing the Timbersaw. Those are your two teams. This is a best of 3. Hopefully it was ticketed up properly. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I usually keep a decent eye on chat, so if you got any questions, comments, or anything like that you want to shout them out, feel free to let me know. I usually try and pay attention. And you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter if you want, at WolfDota. It's on the screen on the right-hand side right here. But that's all. That's all you're going to get as far as sellouts from me until the end of the game. You're going to get some effigies, though. Got a bird. Hug me, brother. That's actually... that's not bad. I like that one. Wish I could say see my peener. God. That one's good. Oh, looks like they're good to go. Alright, moving very aggressively here. And I'm not sure... Okay, so start off that. Who's going mid? Is this a mid Earthshaker? Okay, he started with Boots. Maybe it is. It's just so weird. Oh, there's Clinks. Just gonna take a little bit of damage there. Does get the ward down, but they'll have seen that. They should be able to de-ward that pretty easily. Echo's gonna charge in there very aggressively, though. Gotta watch out from the snowball from the low ground. Not gonna go for it, but they are gonna secure themselves the top rune and the bottom rune. We'll see which one of these two is gonna be able to grab it up. It should be the Tide Hunter. Timbersaw's not gonna want any part of that. Oh, Clinks is moving in.
The game is on.
Gonna be able to snag it? Oh! Nope, not quite. What a guy, though. Gave it a shot. Can't blame a man for trying.
This is gonna be good.
Looks like Faint is gonna be the one running in the mid lane, which quite strange indeed. The lane setup from these teams is very interesting, and I'm curious to see how the drafts are gonna work out. Top lane, Earthshaker's gonna spot out the Tide. I don't think Tide's gonna have the best time. Ember Spirit does a lot of magical damage with Flame Guard. And just chase him down.
Snatched from your grasp.
Either way, I'm sure these sure they'll be good games. We'll see how Sloth is on the Timbersaw. In this lane, he's got to be pretty careful here. There's a lot of stuns and a lot of damage that can come through. The coconut. Oh, another pause coming out. As the Juggernaut has DC'd. A little bit unfortunate there. I believe the other pause was by... I don't remember. I don't know who paused the first time. I didn't catch it. Wasn't paying attention. Earthshaker is getting off a good pull. Becco there. So he will be able to pull out. Hopefully he'll be able to do the pull through. Deny a lot of experience to this Tide Hunter. Who, speaking of Tide, he's got a fun set. The Wrecking Ball. Who's this for? Rock's Kiss. The Yol set. Sorry. Looks like he's got a harpoon. Kind of a cool item. I guess it's not part of the set, but cool. Or nah. Uh-oh. Looks like it's reconnected, disconnected. Oh, he's having some technical difficulties. That's a little unfortunate, but hopefully he'll be able to get that sorted out. Axe. Yeah. Standard axe one. All the time. What's the one? Anchor equal Gutrix? Died. That's fun. Some of the tide animations are pretty funny. Looks like a frog though. I don't know. The hunter confirmed strange. Got an alchemist one. No inscription, but the alchemist doesn't look like he's having a good time. Having a rough day. Maybe a little hungover. Are there any others? Those are all the effigies. Huh? Look at sets. I think Tuska's got one. He's got pieces of one, yeah. Juggernaut, he's got the Dota Cinema set. That's not the set. Okay, so it's a little bugged. Excuse me, it's a little bugged, but that's alright. Timbersaws got nothing. Witch Doctor's got a Storm Crow. Kind of an interesting one. I know there's a handful of Clinks items out there. Doesn't look like. Oh, he does have a couple of them. Got a bow. Lion. What do you got going on here? A mythical arm. Huh? I'm sure he's got the fancy hat. The legendary hat. That's actually a gift. Tell James he's bad and it's all yours. Wow. Funny. He's got the fancier set here. Does not have the dual divines, but we'll have to forgive him for now. Earthshaker, he's got looks like a kind of a mixed up set there. A mix there. Last but certainly not least, Chen. I know he's got a funky set. I think I got this one. He's got Buttercup. Or Chop. She plays a fair bit of Chen, it looks like. Enough that he's got a bunch of items for him there. Interesting. Oh, we'll see how he's able to do. Unfortunately, he's got Mud Golems in the camp, but actually pulling off a nice double stack there. So this one and this one. This camp's worth a lot of experience. Nicely done in the jungle. So Poof being very efficient. And we're going to see him probably clean up. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get this bigger guy, but take out some of the smaller trolls there. And then Chen can maybe later on give some of the experience to other people. Keeping the Wildkin alive though. Doesn't want to give it up yet. Apparently wants the armor R. That's the creep he likes. He'll keep mid lane. How's it going? Pretty even. Neither one really getting ahead so far. Juggernaut's leading the chart though. He's got 7 CS. Makes that 8. Yes, he does. Timbersaw's getting a little bit here in the lane, so able to do that. Look and go. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to blow my nose. I don't want any of you guys to do that, so we're gonna just and follow around this Invis Earthshaker, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't commentate on it, but at least we caught it on camera. Unfortunately, there had a little bit of a cold, and I didn't want to blow my nose or anybody would hear it, because that is disgusting. So, the last Earthshaker helping getting that first blood. Who actually got the final hit? And Ember Spirit. Oh shit!
You get nothing.
So, a little bit unfortunate there that they both DC at the exact same time. Lynx is already back in though. Looks like just a little bit of a drop for him. Wonder if maybe him and the Tusk are together. Playing on the same server or something like that. Is ESL even on? Looks like they're good to go. He's reconnected.
Right, carry on.
A little bit unfortunate there though for those guys. We might see a snowball into the Lion here. Pretty easy to gank. He doesn't have any really escape mechanism. Very curious that they put the lion mid. Let's see if they go for him again, but not right now anyway. Mid lane, both teams are setting up ganks though. Chen's here. His smoke wore off, but he's still not visible. Well, the centaur is, but not Chen himself. Looks like that's going to be all she wrote for that gank though. Tusk not really looking to commit either. The centaur is going to wander in, but that's going to be it. On the bottom lane, Juggernaut still farming away. He's 17-2. Doing a pretty good job. He's got a Wraithband on the way, so I imagine once he's got the once he's got all that, pretty happy with that. He's gonna have that Aquila soon, and then into the phase boots. Oh, top lane. Just a bounty rune picked up. Lion gonna cancel some bottle charges, but unfortunately he's gonna take a lot more damage than he gives there. Oi, that's searing arrows. Poor Lion, unfortunately, running very little armor. He doesn't have boots. Clinks might have been able to get that kill if he had boots. Not able to pursue. He's gonna actually stealth up just outside Lion's vision. There's like might have saved his life there. Tusk gets stunned up and not gonna snowball in. Bottom lane, Juggernaut's dropped fairly low. Timbersaw's been doing a good job of keeping him back off the wave. Actually gonna cancel the salve as well. Nicely done. Not sure if he's gonna go for this kill or not. It's gonna be really close if he does. He's actually gonna cast up and then the Timber Chain. Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, not ready for the Blade Fury to come out at that exact moment. And unfortunately, he gets a kill. Both offlaners giving up one. That's it overall. Timbersaw's level 5. The Tidehunter still level 5, but not as much CS there. Fairly even though, nonetheless. Chen's gonna stealth up again. This time he's got a net ready, as well as the stomp. Lynx can still get away if needed. The net's going to connect. There's the stomp as well. Unfortunately, they didn't bring any detection. Well, there's the sentry. It was a little bit late, but they might be able to get it anyway. They do. And he's going to get snowballed onto... actually onto the creep, but it doesn't look like it matters. A little bit slow with the sentry there, buddy, but you got it down in the end. And now it looks like IV off to a decent start. Lion, he's going to be given a little bit of space with that. He's already got 6, so now he can maybe look to burst somebody like the Tusk down. Actually, Tusk very tanky already. And he hasn't done a thing yet. Maybe he goes for a snowball now. Maybe he doesn't. Not too sure. Earthshaker in a little bit of trouble there. Gonna get nicked by the ice shards, but not gonna go on it. The haste rune bottom. I think he'll probably pick that up. He can always look to pursue somebody like the Timbersaw or chase down anybody he wants to now, but it's just, what is this Tusk pick doing? What was their game plan going into this one with this? Did they maybe plan for here that was banned out? Did they think the lanes were going to be a little bit different? I mean, they're not doing a whole lot. They're just kind of sitting there with him. Dual laning mid. It's that good. Clinks is going to move down onto the Timbersaw, though, who is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Won't be able to run away from that. The Coconut's going to go through, and, oh, nicely done. The Coconut's going to continue to bounce through. Fortunately, Timber Chain's going to be enough to get away. He does have quite a few stacks of his armor up, but I don't think it's going to matter as... Oh, he missed the chain. Unfortunately, he gets brought down. Clink's able to chase him down and does get the kill in the end. A couple of pings coming out here. Clinks wants to... maybe eat the big tree? I don't know. Doesn't look like that's the case. I'm just curious as to when Poof is going to start getting aggressive with his... Did he have Hand of God that entire time and not pop it for the Timbersaw? A little bit curious there. When he's going to start pressuring this tower, maybe they force the Tide back. That's it, he's level 6, he's got Ravage. So they can TP in and he can try and defend. Ember Spirit got max Flame Guard, so he won't be taking too much damage from the Tide. And he can dish out a fair bit of his own. He's almost got that drum done. Mid lane, that looks like they snowball onto the Lion. They get another pick off going their way. And they're going to be fairly happy with that. Sorry. Echo. He's, I don't know, level 5 on the Earthshaker. So just kind of roaming around. Unfortunately, it was not the crit shaker like I hoped it would be. And it looks like Juggernaut's starting to trade blows with the Timber Saw. They got to be a little bit careful. Clinks is on the backside. They've got the Witch Doctor TPing in. Juggernaut's going to go for the Omni Slash, and Vaco's going to get brought down. One more chop at the end, and now it's Timber Saw who's in trouble. They might look to pursue him out. He's juking through the trees, so they probably figured out where he went, but I'm not sure if they want to go. Clinks is going to stealth up. Dad looking to go in the Juggernaut. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. He does go down. So far, it's a 1-for-1. Coconut's going to come over. Of course, it bounces to the hero. Now Clinks laying into the Lion. The Maledict is there as well. He's going to get off the finger, and they get the kill. The Chen all heal is there. Clinks out of mana is not going to be enough. There's... Oh, the last searing arrows flies through. It is. And across the board, it ends up being a 3-for-2. Fortunately. The Earthshaker did drop, but Ember Spirit picking up a solo kill on the Tide Hunter. Ravage was even used, and he didn't get a kill with it. Ember Spirit playing very well up there. Now Juggernaut shows up, but he's got Omni Slash on cooldown. There's not a whole lot he can do against this Juggernaut. Sure, he can hit a little bit harder, but at the same time, I'm not sure how worried the Ember Spirit is. He can always just remnant away. Bottom lane though, Chen has an army of horsemen at his disposal, and he's going to just continue to pressure this tower. He's also got a troll summoning some skeletons, just helping out. There's no one that's really going to want to TP into that, and with that, they're going to be able to take this tier 1. First one of the game, should be going their way fairly soon. Top lane, looks like they're going to just start trading a little bit, but Ember Spirit is not winning this one. Juggernaut's going to back off. Ember Spirit's going to continue to pursue. There is a snowball here. Oh, the Remnant! Oh, he didn't snowball from stealth. Oh. Instead, he went for the Walrus Punch. And there's no stun on it. I don't know. A little bit of a mistake there. Didn't release the snowball or didn't even click it. Unfortunately, wasn't able to go. Echo, oh, gets a fissure block on himself. Can't go get the rune. A little bit unfortunate there, but Tide picks up a regen rune. Now they can look to continue this push bottom. They've got a lot of range creeps. They've got the centaurs as well. And they still got this troll summoners keeping up the skeletons. So doing a lot of damage and just kind of slow rolling them. They got no real way to clear the wave. They drop a sentry, so no Clinks is coming. Again, both of them DC. Very curious why both of them keep going out like that. And they're both back, just that quick. Very, very curious nonetheless. Well, at least they feel bad about it, I guess. It's a little unfortunate though.
All right.
They've got a poor connection. Coconut is ready, but it's normally decent against the creeps, but there's so many of them, it's not going to matter. Snowball going to dodge. They're actually going to go straight into the Chen. He does not have the all heal, but there's going to be a very nice Centaur Stomp Chain. Unfortunately, he does go down. They're finally able to cancel that. The Omni Slash comes through, brings down the Timber Saw, so it's a 2-for-1 across the board. Looks like the Witch Doctor is going to live. Earthshaker, he's out of mana. Couldn't get an Echo off there. And in the end, 3 of them go down. No Ravage needed. Just a very nice snowball initiation. And unfortunately, they feed away some kills. Very unfortunate the Earthshaker got, the Timber Saw got so isolated by the Juggernaut again. Not able to really contest him in that. Just takes too much damage all at once. Ain't still hanging out in the mid lane. Doesn't have a Blink Dagger or Mana Boots or anything like that. He's going to throw out the Ice Shards and the Snowball, but unfortunately it only goes right to there. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit leading the CS chart, 67 CS, 31 denies. Holy shit. This guy is lane controlling like a monster. He's got Battle Fury on the way. He's got a Ring of Health already, drums and phase completed. Gonna keep looking for that. Oh, we're gonna see a fish flopping around here. Earthspike connects, but there's gonna be a snowball in. Tide's there as well. This is gonna be a dead lion. He can turn around and throw it a finger if he wants. Unfortunately, not able to fade in time. Echo was there, and again, they DC. Very unfortunate that they're having such connection issues. Very unfortunate indeed. But they're both back now. That's got to be frustrating to play with. And I'm not sure what the rules are for the AD2L as far as pauses per team and stuff like that. But we'll have to see. Witch Doctor's got a smoke picked up, so maybe look to see some more rotations coming from him. Earthshaker actually halfway to a little over half to that Blink Dagger, so not too bad. Blinks is going to start chipping away at that mid tower, doing a very good job of it. Blinks does a lot of damage.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Structures, they have a hard time dealing with that. Maybe look to see some sort of engagement in the mid lane off of this. Oh, Tusk's going to get spotted up by the Chen creeps. Barrier getting dodged. Actually trying to make his way up to the Ember Spirit. He's got his Perseverance on the way. They're just kind of farming away here. Oh, Timbersaw is going to go aggressive onto the Tusk, but decides better of it. And now maybe they're thinking about pressuring this tower. He's pushing the bottom lane. Who's that TPing? It is the Timbersaw. Mid lane Lion still hanging out here. Clinks is going to stealth up. Does not have that Orchid yet or anywhere near it. And we'll see. Lion could be in a little bit of trouble here if Tusk starts off with a snowball. But nothing yet. Up top, the Ember Spirit still trying to get that Perseverance to himself. Looks like he's microing it over the tree so it doesn't get picked off or anything. But they're going to go for this top tower. And now it's just a tide up here. He's got Ravage. They're not able to get any control on him. Maybe he can go for the long range fissure into the creep stuns, but haven't gone for it yet. He's in range. Nope. A Hadouken comes out though. And playing the creep wave. Oh, bottom lane. Now it's a Timbersaw. He's going to be ganked out there. It's an Invis Juggernaut. He's going to be going down very quickly. Ember chains forward, actually into the Juggernaut. The Omni Slash is going to be there as well. This should be all she wrote. Yeah. Comes through a creep, gets one free easy CS like that. Shadow Blade on the Juggernaut. Not very common, but seems to be working out for him. Tide's got Ravage, but he's got no way to get in there now. This tower's already gone. So they give it up again. But they've got the big tomato this time, so a lot more damage coming up from them. The Swiftness Aura. Lynx is pursuing. Maybe see him devour the Centaur. That's a lot of health and damage there. I'm gonna go for the oh. Chen pulls them all back. Unfortunately down the Satyr, but now they're gonna look to push this mid lane. Tusk is on the high ground. He's got Ice Shards and a Snowball. Can kind of go for it if he wishes. This is going to be taking a lot of damage. We do have a Tide rotating in. Tusk is going to go for the Snowball. It's not going to connect. Oh, it doesn't. He gets hexed up. Now the Clinks is there. Excuse me. Chalkum comes through. Ravage connects onto 3. Now they're going to look to go. The Feint's going to drop very quick. There's a Death Ward coming up from the Witch Doctor Sloth. He's going to go down because of it. Chen going to get hit by the Ice Shards, but not trapped in. Tusk barely able to make it away. Less than 100 HP. At the beginning, or about 100 HP at the beginning. Meanwhile, this Ember Spirit just AFK farming. He doesn't seem to worry. He's got a Claymore now.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little
He's certainly hitting creeps. He's got 93 CS, but then again, so is this Juggernaut. And Juggernaut's got 4 kills to his name. This Ember Spirit, he's only got 2. The Juggernaut does have a death. Nonetheless, the Juggernaut has been a lot more active around the map, and seems like he'll continue to be such. Chen might be in a little bit of trouble here. Sorry about that, started coughing. Chen, he's gonna drop down. Last hit going the way of the Clinks, able to bring that down. On his way to his Orchid as well. Significant amount of gold built up by him. We're gonna see a Chalkum fly through, Sloth. Doing all right now. We might see some towers pushed by the Radiant for once. Top lane, Tusk, gotta be a little bit careful here. Not sure if this Ember Spirit is something you want to tangle with. He's a little bit scarier than you're probably ready for. Getting fairly close to that Battle Fury as well. Once he's got that, it's going to be pretty easy for him to defend and fight. He'll have Sleight of Fist spam to go out. Oh, Timber Chain forward. Gonna go into the Clinks a little bit there, but not going to commit to it. Juggernaut thinking about going in for an ulti, but tries better against it. Ember Spirit still farming very aggressive up in the top lane. He's 400 gold away from the Battle Fury, which, I mean, Drums of Endurance, Phase Boots, and a Battle Fury at 8, like, well, let's say 20 minutes even. That's still really good farm. Especially going the Drums phase first, not until after the Battle Fury is picked up. Or not before the battle. Sorry, going before the Battle Fury, not after as well. So, we'll see. Lion still really hasn't done anything with the mid farm other than he's going to be happy he's got some levels, but you'd expect him to have like a Blink Dagger by now. Turning around, go for the Blink Hexa plays, Fingers, like different things like that. But they really haven't been able to find any pick-offs off the back of it, and that's probably what they were hoping for.
Mid-tower's coming apart.
Very unfortunate there that they weren't able to get any of that, but nonetheless. Tide, he's going to try and waddle up. Unfortunately, he's going to get hexed up, and that fish is flapping around. Just denies the tower, and that's probably going to be the end of the mid-push. Ember Spirit, he's got his Battle Fury on the way. Other pieces are just in base. What? Are we going to continue armoring away? Not doing. He's Shadow Bladed up. He's going to be looking for a pick-off. And he might be able to find someone? Maybe not. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. That said, Timbersaw does show himself bottom again. The Juggernaut might be able to find a pick-off there in a moment. Oh, lots of pings coming out here. Died. No. Oh, he's got the Blink Dagger now. They can make a play out of this if they want to go into the Ember Spirit. They're going to spot the Lion. Tide could blink onto this, but it doesn't look like that's what he wants to do. Ember Spirit's Battle Fury has been acquired. Now they're going to look to go. Snowball's going to come forward. Now this is going to be a sad Timbersaw. He's going to get punched up in the air. Flick down. He does Timber Chain away. Omni Slash comes out. Doesn't bounce to the creep. Nicely done. They get the kill. And now maybe they look to pressure a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Jen and his creep army, they're going to try and push back the mid lane. Lynx, he's stealthed up. Looking for a pick off. Maybe be able to find this line if he rotates right, but Feint being playing very scared right now. That's definitely the right call.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Becco, what's he doing here? Well, he's got his Blink Dagger now as well, so they got some counter initiation. They can definitely go in, but so far they've just been kind of getting one pick off and then not able to defend, so maybe that'll be the tool they need. Blink forward from the Tide. He's got a Ravage if he wants to use it. Hasn't used it yet. Snowball's going to go through. It's not going to connect in time, though. Now Tusk is in a very bad place. He's going to get paxed up. Ember Spirit's there. He gets Test of Fate onto somebody. Ravage goes through, connects onto Forge. Clinks is there as well, laying into the Ember Spirit. Witch Doctor drops the Death Ward as well, doing a lot of damage to Chen. The all heals there, though. Now Sloth. He's going to be the casualty going down. Ember Spirit, though, taking a lot of damage. They get the net off on the Witch Doctor. The Penitence, the Test of Faith doing a lot of damage. Now it's the Tide who's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to go down. Earthshaker getting that kill. Aftershock doing a lot of work. There it goes. The Fissure does, the Earth Spike does connect. Now Clink's trying to make it away. He is dusted. I know where he's at. Oh, the blink forward. What a Fissure. They get him. They see where he's at. You've got it. They get it. Now that he just needs to not stealth up, but now he's actually going to turn around. Becco, maybe not something you wanted. The Bone Walker doing a little bit too much. No mana for Finger on cooldown. Lion blinks forward. Needs one more attack, and he's going to be able to get it. Lion picking off that play. A huge personal effort coming up from Becco. Goes hard in the paint. Nice blink down to here, and gets the Fissure going this way. Very nice play coming up from him. Trapping that Clinks in there and letting them get that kill. Juggernaut, he's finished off his Yasha as well as his treads now. Interesting that he went for the treads. I guess a little bit more tank, more attack speed as well. So not necessarily a bad thing at all. A little more health, durability, and all that. Utility as well in the tread switching and different things like that. Whatever you may choose. Sloth. He's working on that Bloodstone. Unfortunately, he's quite a ways away. And oh, he's actually going to go aggressive onto the Tide. Ravage is on cooldown, but they're looking for it. There's a Fissure. The Echo Slam comes through. Does a fair bit of damage as well. Tide still alive. They did get the Witch Doctor, though. Now they all blink away. Orchid picked up on the Clinks, and it's now that the Ember Spirit has to be afraid. This is when he can get brought down very quickly. He can't get off that Flame Guard before the Clink starts laying into him. It's going to be pretty tough. Lion's going to get silenced up. Very nice Ice Shard coming out, but the Timber Saw is there. Unfortunately, he misses the chain. Now Earthshaker gets him to get stun off. The Penitent's coming through. Clinks eats a creep, regains a lot of health. Ember Spirit jumps in, gets 1 kill. Now he's looking to go. Ravage still on cooldown. He's going to get the Chen. They go down. There's the Shadow Blade coming out from the Juggernaut. They don't have any way to see him across the... Well, I guess it's a 2-for-2 that fight. A 3-for-2 across the board, though. Ember Spirit comes out ahead, gets a kill or two. They're going to have to back off. Very nice play from the Clinks, though. Eating a Chen creep mid-fight to regain a significant amount of health. I think he ate a Centaur, or it might have been a Wildkin. I didn't exactly see it, but still, that's like 14... Was it 8% to 14? Or health gained 80%? Jeez. Regardless, to say, a very large amount of health coming up from the Clinks there. Very nice play from him. Juggernaut was also able to slink away using the Shadow Blade. And looks like they're just clearing the creep waves, I guess. He's actually going to be going for the Manta style. Unlike the Juggernaut I saw in the previous game, I think this is a much better build for him. I think it'll work out a lot better. Those 4-2 souls. Poor guys. So hopefully the problem doesn't accelerate. I mean, those short little pauses, while they're frustrating, at least it's not like pause for 10 minutes, play for 2, pause for 10, or anything stupid like that. But a lot of vision getting countered by that one sentry ward. It took a few obs with it. Nicely played. Sentry or vision dropped by Chen there, so they can see where they're coming through. But doesn't look like it's gonna matter. Juggernaut, he's hunting. He's unfortunately short of mana to Omni Slash, even though he's tread toggled. He is about 55 short. Well, 60 short now. So he's going to need a little bit more regen before he can really look to go. And then, I mean, Shadow Blade costs 75 mana, so he's got to have a little bit more than that. And that's just an Omni Slash. Take the check on Roshan, a little bit worried about it. DD Rune picked up, bottled up by the Tusk. Ember Spirit's going to go forward, doesn't get the chains off. Oh, he gets it off on Tide. Didn't realize that he'd even slide it to the Tide, but he managed to snag him with it. Trying to finish off those damn illusions. Ember Spirit clearing up some Ancients. He does have a Chrysalis now. He's really farmed. I mean, we take a look at the net worth chart. He's 10k. Juggernaut's at 12. Okay, so Juggernaut is more ahead. It's just the items on Ember Spirit are a little more impressive just because they're often a little slower. I guess for me anyway. This Juggernaut though, Valen, he's doing a very good job on it. He's 6-1 and 2. Got a lot of kills, a lot of them solo kills as well. And now I believe he's finished off that Manta style. And there's at the beginnings of a Daedalus coming out, or a BKB for Clinks. It looks like he's gonna get stunned up, but nothing's gonna come of it. Alright, he's got his Blink Ravage up and ready, probably looking to use it. That said, there's a Blink Echo on the other side, so who can counter whom? Lion's going for an Ags of all things. He's got a Blink Dagger already picked up, so maybe look for that. Chen working on his Ags as well. He's got 2 pieces halfway there. Once he gets those Granite Golems lumbering around, doing some work, I'm sure it'll be happy with that. Juggernaut's actually going to go in and solo Roche. Doesn't get his, strange that he didn't get the Manta brought to him before this, but either way. Gonna bring it down, and well done by him. They said they're gonna be able to find him. They might be able to go the Timbersaw. He's already very far in. So far, no one dropping dead yet. Ravage does connect on most. Now they bring down the Chen. Ember Spirit's still alive. The Aegis was used. Earthshaker's be able to get away. Lion with an Ice Finger onto the Tide. Brings him down. Now it's the Clinks. They bring him down as well. Juggernaut respawns, throws out the Omni, but unfortunately there's too many Chen creeps. That said, he gets the bounces and brings down the Juggernaut. Walrus Punch onto the Timbersaw. He's going to be able to TP away. No, he's not. Snowball's there. Now Tusk is stuck on the high ground. Feint. He's in a little bit of trouble. Nicely done. Blinks away. And so do they as well. A 3-for-3 across the board. Aegis was used by OS though. Oh, maybe not. Lion faking it out. Goes with the Hex. No Earth Spike coming out. Tusk is there though. Oh, he blinks forward into it. Oh no! And they break it a 4 for 3 technically. 4 for 2 and an Aegis, I guess. But very nicely played. I can't believe those bounces. So many of them could have gone to the creeps, but he hit the Juggernaut. Or the Juggernaut got the Ember Spirit probably with 4 in a row and just shredded him. And holy shit, one thing I haven't talked about is the Juggernaut is level 19 at this point. And another pause. Poor guys, they seem to be pretty frustrated by it themselves. And, I mean, you can hardly blame when you're having technical difficulty problems like that. It's very tough to deal with and stay calm sometimes. But they're playing very well, despite it. And if they're lagging while they're in-game, it's very hard to tell. They've been reacting very quickly and precisely. Speaking of reacting, we'll see how this Ember Spirit does. He's probably just about to die here. Oh, Clink's not quick enough with the Orc. Ember Spirit able to zip away. But now it's Juggernaut looking for the kill. 18 seconds left on his Omni Slash. He's just going to go for the Earthshaker. He's got no way to lock him down. Fisher's going to go out as well. Actually doing a fair amount of damage. Now, I don't know about this. He's got an Omni Slash and he's level 19. If he had a Basher there and got a bat, if he got a lucky Bash there with a Basher, it would be something special. Why has he not gotten his freaking Manta style yet? It's been on the courier for like 10 minutes, and they both go again. Poor guys.
What's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
Unfortunately, their connection seems to be assed here. But they have a potato connection, but they're playing very well. They're not playing like potatoes. They're actually playing quite good. Oh, you have another Shadow Blade coming out here. Lots of stealth. Oh, the Ice Shard. Not going to be enough, though. And Valen, he's got the Omni Slash up and ready. He's looking for blood. Ember Spirit's going to connect, though. He finds the Clinks. Unfortunately, BKB is there. Ember Spirit taking a lot of damage. The Orchid proc, is it going to be enough? It's not. He's Sleight of Fist through. Staying alive. Remnant away as well. Now that's the Timbersaw who's kind of caught out. Oh, nicely done. The Ghost Scepter, good pickup there. He's able to Timbersaw away. The Ravage, unfortunately, is a bit of a potato flop. But Faint is kind of stuck. He's going to go down. Yep, he's toast. And now, Rock. Oh, he just dodges it with a snowball. They're all jumping in there, and that is a fast-moving snowball. That said, he gets off the Chalkram before he goes down. Ember Spirit's there with a Sleight of Fist, not doing enough damage. Oh, Juggernaut with one last crit brings him down. And very impressive performance. Like, what the hell is this guy doing? Why has he not just gotten his items? Did he forget about his freaking Yosh Manta style? Guess it's coming to him now, but man, just ignoring it. I don't know, it's driving me insane. Clink's doing a very good job as well. He's 10-3-2 despite his issues. Juggernaut 8-1-6. Having a very strong performance. Earthshaker thinks the better of that TP, so definitely not a bad thing at all. They're going to be able to take this tier 2 very easily. And off the back, a very nice engagement. So, 26-16 is your score. Finally, Juggernaut gets all his items. He's heading back. Did he head back to base? Yes, he did. He's gonna finish off Blade Dance and just kind of carry on Tide. Got a Gem of Truth side he's just been walking around with. Well, Not a bad thing. Keep the vision down so they know where they can see him. Ags is on the way for the Witch Doctor. What? Okay, so now it's his Basher that's on the courier. Witch Doctor needs something from the courier. They can earn. And Juggernaut needs to call it. Uh-oh, Clinks. He's hunting some prey. Hoof is the one who's in a little bit of trouble here. Juggernaut thinks about it. Actually, they didn't see the Juggernaut. He's going to go for the Omni Slash onto the Ember Spirit. He's going to Remnant away. Earthshaker's now the one in a little bit of trouble. Maybe not. Maybe it's the Clinks. They're going to like to turn it around. Unfortunately, he devours the creep, gains back a lot of health. Juggernaut Omni Slash still, or sorry, is already on cooldown. Or Spike's going to connect. So far, no casualties yet. Now they're looking for Rock. They're going to get a Fissure off. They've still got Echo Slam, but on the backside, Clinks maybe looking for another pickup. Lions roaming around on the top. Very disjointed fight. So far, not a whole lot. Clinks is visible. They're going to see him. They get the spirits onto him. Sorry, the chains. And now it's the Timber. Sorry, the Tusk who's in a little bit of trouble. As he disconnects, they both disconnect. And, well, might as well unpause, I guess. But, you can't blame IV. They've been very patient. And, just, oh man.
Alright, carry on.
Those poor guys. Unfortunately, the Clinks didn't Orchid the Juggernaut. Sorry, he didn't Orchid the Ember Spirit. He was able to Remnant away from the Juggernaut. Maybe, you know, if he'd grabbed his damn Basher off the courier, he'd have been fine, but he didn't. So, you know, that's the thing. But either way, now they're going to group up and push. Unfortunately, there's no Chen army really here. Don't have any creep stolen. Maybe he'll take over the range creep just because. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. He's going to head into the jungle, try and find a couple Witch Doctors. He's almost got that ag, or he's working on that axe. He really wants it. Chen's the one who's almost got his. Just 500 gold away from it. Roughly. Lion, I think, does he have it? He's almost got it. He's 1,000 gold away from his. Earthshaker, not doing a whole lot. I think that the pickup of the Ghost Scepter on Timbersaw was very good. Tide blinks forward. Doesn't throw out the Ravage yet. Could have maybe gone for it there, but decides not to. Still in a good position to do it. Doesn't realize it, but he'd actually catch a couple. He's going to get hexed up. Juggernaut's going through with the Blade Fury. Tide, 4-step forward. Ravage is going to connect onto 2 only. Now he's going to get hexed up. The Omni Slash... Was that an Omni Slash? I'm not sure. Finger comes through. Beautiful Fissure as well, blocking them all off. Juggernaut, he's having a little bit of trouble. He's getting killed by the Chakram. Poof, he's going to drop. No, he's not. He's going to stay alive. Witch Doctor on the backside. He's going to be in a lot of trouble now. And he's going to go down. Clinks pops a BKB, but it's a 1v4. It's a 4-man wipe in favor of IV. Big plays coming up from them. Nicely done. Going hard in the paint. They're able to come out ahead. And we'll have to take a, hopefully catch the fight recap. Yes, we do. A lot of gold and experience going their way. A significant amount of experience. Holy, almost 7,700. Very nicely done. And Chen should have his eggs in mere seconds by the time he gets back to base. Ember Spirit. And Earthshaker actually going to look to force this tower out bottom. Nicely done. They're going to be able to pick that up as well. That's a Bloodstone for the Timbersaw. And a Daedalus for the Ember Spirit. He'll have that for the next fight. Assuming he's not afraid of buying out for it. Lion should have his Ags as well. He does. He just needs to get it brought out on the courier for him. Juggernaut should have his Basher. What's this guy doing? Does he not realize that he's got a Skull Basher on the throw? Either way, Lion, he's going to have a very high-level fingers. The only problem is he needs Mana Boots. I think if you're going to go Ags on Lion, you need to get the Mana Boots just for the extra pool.
Double damage.
Otherwise, you're not going to have enough mana to throw out more than one in a team fight.
Invisibility.
Like, I don't know. Like, literally, he can throw out one Finger of Death and then bottle. And if he bottles in between, he can throw out 2, and that's all he can do during the fight. He doesn't have enough mana to throw out his Finger of Death, a Hex, and an Impale, unless he gets off a good duration drain, but it's...
I'll take that as tribute.
Very, very tough. Juggernaut, get your items brought out to you, buddy. You'll do a lot better. Tide. He's got a 4-step, though, so nicely done there. He's going to be able to do a lot of work with that, as we saw in the last fight. Able to 4-step forward. Didn't get the best Ravage, but did connect on 2. Unfortunately, they were able to turn it around. IV playing very well. The Mech and the Chen, Hand of God, now up. And now they've got the Ancient Granite Golem, so they're all quite a bit, 15% tankier. They drop a sentry and they smoke up. They're pinging out down here. They may be thinking about Roshan, but it's about to respawn. This could be perfect. Oh man, it spawns right as they walk into the pit. They see it. They're gonna head in there. Oh, Timbersaw grabs the TP, but that's not what they want. They want to kill. Maybe they're gonna go for the Juggernaut. He's having some technical difficulties with the courier. Okay, he's got to figure it out. He's ready to go. Still though, this 5-man smoke completely missing, as at least the Dire team is in their jungle. Maybe they're thinking about the Juggernaut. Timbersaw Lion gonna rotate through. Timber chain forward, and they still got vision on it. They're gonna go for the Hex. The Fissure though connects onto the Tide. Tide does get the Ravage off. It connects on 3. Test Snowball onto the Timbersaw. He's gonna get Sucker Punched up into the sky, and the Juggernaut ulti does good work. So far it's a 1-for-1. Now Juggernaut going ham onto the Chen. He drops the healing ward. They gotta bring it down. Doesn't look like they're gonna be able to. So far it's a 2-for-2. A couple of crits come up from the Ember Spirit. Echo Slam does connect. Fissure. No, he's able to Blade Fury it away. He's still getting healed up. Where is the Ember Spirit? He gets Fire Remnanted out of the base. Unfortunately, now it's a 3-for-2. And might make that a 4-for-3. Where is the Ember Spirit? He's all the way back in base. Timbersaw trying to get out of there. The Granite Golem's keeping him alive, doing some work here. And he's going to be alright. Not the best engagement. Unfortunately, unable to finish that off. I guess he's building a BKB, but a little bit straight there. He's actually going to silence up. Lynx is going to get caught underneath the tower. Edifice comes through, does a decent amount of work. Ember Spirit still hasn't spent his money yet. He's got 4,300 gold in the bank. Buy the Daedalus, buddy. Buy the Daedalus. Or a second Battle Fury. Not a bad thing either. It's the Poor Man's Shield you really don't need. But either way. What he wants to go for, I guess. Pretty personal. Very personal choice. Like, that he can kind of do whatever he wants. Juggernaut cleans up Roshan. Maybe Clinks was there to help. Wasn't too worried about it. I saw them doing it. But same time. Jen, he's looking for more Ancients to grab here. He's got a big Thunder Lizard he can snag if he wants to, but I don't know, it's not that good. And he's gonna go for it anyway. That's big and tanky and all that. Use Granite Golem for something else though. Makes everybody so tanky. Lion, he's got his eggs up, but still doesn't. He's got okay now. He can pop. He can use 2 fingers in a fight if he has to, but getting that extra little bit of damage. Earthshaker, excuse me. Still looking for a little bit more farm maybe. But either way, Daedalus finally finished up by the Ember Spirit, and he can be on his way to his next Battle Fury if that's what he wants. Pick up maybe a Claymore or a second Daedalus or Chrysalis in a mere moment. Timbersaw does have 10 stacks on his Bloodstone, so doing okay there. He'll have a quick respawn if he does go down in these fights, as well as a lot of mana regen to just keep himself out on the map. Lots of vision being placed, and they're a little bit worried that the Clinks is going to just be on top of them again. He has before. Eldrick farming very well, but unfortunately it's the Juggernaut who is reigning supreme. He's got Master Madness, and he's got a BKB now. I don't know about this. I guess it's okay, because it lets you auto-attack and move a little more freely than Blade Fury. You can't auto-attack. You can auto-attack buildings while Blade Fury, but you can't auto-attack heroes, which is kind of weird. But, so he's got 2 forms of magic immunity now, and one he can pop while being silenced, but there's no real silences on the enemy team. I don't know what that was, but either way, Feint, he looks like he's going to be a little bit of trouble. Oh, he blinks away! The Hex onto Tide. Tusk didn't commit for it. Fortunately, not one to go. He backs off. Got the Walrus Punch there. Lynx is going to start laying into that mid tower. Taking quite a bit of damage. They're going to pop the Glyph. Timbersaw clears up the creep wave, and they're going to continue backing off. But it looks like they're going to just finally decide on this tier 1. They're going to make an effort of it. Juggernaut pops his Mantis Style, and he's just going to clear it away. Very quickly brings it down. They want to fight with this Aegis though, that much is clear. They are ready and willing to go. Oh, Clinks barely able to blink away. Nicely done. Not sure if he popped the smoke or what. Either way, Juggernaut maybe thinking about going in for an Omni Slash. Decides not to. And Clinks is going to be back, probably pressuring this tower. He's gonna head around on the backside. The Bone Walker. You know, sneaky like. Just orchid him. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. But looks like he's gonna zip around to the outside. He might be able to pick off the Chen a little bit pretty quick if he wants to. Their Shaker's all on his own, but they managed to avoid each other. Oh, now it's gonna be the Clinks going on to Becco. He's gonna take some shots, unfortunately. Ghost Scepter. Not gonna be able to finish him off. He's got a gem now. Tired of this Clinks. He's gonna dive in and dodge and all around. They send up the beefy frontliners. They're gonna clear the creeps. They bring him down very quickly with that Chakram. Bringing it off to the side. I'm just gonna continue hanging out, farming away. But nonetheless, Clinks is gonna be able to take this tier 2 if nobody else heads up here pretty quick. Their Shaker's in the area, but he's got to be very careful. Clinks can still shred him. Doesn't have a whole lot of armor health. I guess he does have the Ghost Scepter, but very careful. Oh, he gets the stun off as well. They get him. They bring him down. Nice job there. I think committing the Echo was perfectly fine. And Amber Spirit's back to the mid lane, so they get one pick. And they force the Juggernaut back, so not able to fight with the Aegis. Not able to use it. And so I call that a victory. IV, they're going to be happy with that. As we see on the net worth charts, the golden experience is, well, it's in favor of the Radiant, not as much as it once was. And IV, they're starting to balance out. The later this goes, the better I think it is. I think Ember Spirit can definitely beat a Juggernaut and a Clinks late, as well as the backup control from the Lion. That's what I do worry about them getting ratted, and they can kind of get bursted down. They don't have a whole lot of support. He doesn't have any. There's nowhere else to really right click, but I mean, one sleight of fist in ultra late, and an Ember Spirit can just wipe a team. He gets a couple lucky crits in there.
Radiant's mid tower is coming.
Either way, there's the Aegis reclaimed. Juggernaut no longer has it, so now they got to be careful. If they lose a fight here, they're gonna have creeps on their tier 3s pretty quick. Coconut's gonna fly through. It's gonna bounce off a couple of the Ancients, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter. No one's really ratting on them either. They're just slowly pressuring this tier 2. Gonna take a lot of damage here. Ember Spirit gonna go forward. One chop. Oh, the Ravage only connects on the Earthshaker. If this is all they lose, it's gonna be pretty good. Now he throws out a Fissure. There's an Earth Spike off to the side. They bring down the Clinks. The Lion with a big finger coming out in favor. And all she's gonna be Ghost Scepter, all heal coming out, and unfortunately the Omni Slash not doing a whole lot. Gets baited out. Faint. He's gonna get sucker punched off on the backside. Now Keldrick looking for the Juggernaut. They see him. Earth Spike connects onto the Tusk. Fissure though. Oh, well placed. The snowball's there, but they're just gonna ball up. And he's not gonna be going anywhere. Poor Tusk. He's gonna be in trouble. He gets chained up and brought down. A 3-0 in favor of IV right on the doorstep. They're all pretty strong as well. The Chen heal is gonna be up in a mere moment. They can look to go high ground with it. Did he lose his Granite Golem? I think he did. That's too bad. But this could be... They've got a buyback on the Jug and a buyback on the Clinks. They're going to have to spend them. The one is not going to be enough. There's no Ravage. They know this. There's still the Witch Doctor ulti, but it doesn't look like it matters. Oh, they blink forward. They get a Hex Impale. This might be a death on the Witch Doctor. It is. They bring him down. They buy back on the Clinks as well. But now they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. They know where the Juggernaut is. They can see him. They go for the Sleight of Fist. Does a lot of damage. This is going to be a melee Rax down. And it looks like they're going to maybe try and make it too. That said, Juggernaut taking a lot of damage. That's a dieback for him. Now the Tide's in a little bit of trouble. There's the Ember Spirit's going through. Another stun from the Earthshaker. They bring him down. Now 4 dead and another lane of Rax exposed. Oh, are they going to go for tier 4s? Now it's Clinks in trouble. He's going to get crit by the Ember Spirit and a Chakram and brought down. GG, well played indeed. IV, they weather the storm. They come out ahead and we're going to go into game number 2. GG, well played indeed. Excellent play coming out from IV. They weather the storm, weather the early game, weather the brunt of everything, and they're able to pull it back. What are the final charts looking like? Aw, it blanked out. I thought there for a second. But either way, very impressive victory for IV, and we're going to be moving on to game number 2. So stay tuned, guys.